Antakya was one of the hardest hit areas when the 7.8 scale earthquake struck on Monday. The quake and a cascade of strong aftershocks cut a swath of destruction that stretched hundreds of kilometers across southeastern Turkey and neighboring Syria.
And tens of thousands of people who lost their homes huddled around campfires in bitter cold and clamored for food and water on Thursday as international humanitarian aid made its way into the region.
Now, with the chances of finding people alive in the rubble dwindling, teams in some places began demolishing buildings. Now, the yard of the state hospital in the Turkish town of Elbistan was filling up with bodies of quake victims on Thursday as the realistic window to find any survivors in sub-freezing temperatures continue to shrink.
Here sees an ambulance vehicles kept incessantly coming and leaving the makeshift morgue as dozens of remains in body bags or covered in blankets were laid out in the yard.
More bodies continue to arrive, and those who had been identified were taken by families. And Turkey's disaster management agency has said victims who cannot be identified will be buried within 5 days, in line with Islamic funeral rites, which require that burials take place as quickly as possible.
Right, and the Alpha agency said on Wednesday that identified victims would be interred after undergoing DNA tests. This also includes fingerprinting and being photographed for future identification. Precious hours have turned to tense days across earthquake-hit southern Turkey as fewer people are pulled alive from the rubble.
Yes, and Caroline, much of the reporting about the impact on Monday's earthquake has been coming from Turkey, but this actually also affecting Syria. And we've just heard from CNN that there have been at least 3,000 deaths from the quakes in Syria. Now, even before the quakes, residents were relying on assistance to survive due to civil war that has been ongoing since 2011. And now 6 UN lorries carrying aid have now crossed the border from Turkey to Syria, the first international help to help the people there. Now, without water, shelter, fuel, or electricity, the WHO fears that many survivors could yet to lose their lives.
Right, and we were also reporting just now on the temperature itself. The low temperature is just, it is such a, not only devastating, and we're in disbelief because it is already the month of February. Usually it's a little bit warmer, right? But because in December, it was a somewhat of a heated winter, then that's why this is the peak of the winter for them in their area. Now, Turkey, low temperatures ranges provinces from -2 Celsius until -4 Celsius in Gaziantep, -6 Celsius in Malatya, and this is that happened on Thursday morning. And in Syria, it seems that they are colder than the Turkey. It goes to around -3 Celsius to -2 Celsius. This is from the northern of Syria itself. With what is happening right now, a lot of victims, bodies and whatnot, low temperatures. Even the victims that are still alive, they're striving for living because it is so cold. The shelters are just emergency shelters, so there's just, it cannot occupy anything. So they're between life and death itself, even when those are living. Now, with that said, we also reported there's so many international community support. This includes United States now that they had provided $85 million for humanitarian assistance. Now, this new funding is supporting USAID humanitarian partners to deliver urgently needed aid, millions of people for Turkey and also in Syria. So this aid also includes, other than money, it includes food, shelter for refugees, winter supplies to help the people in these cold temperatures, trauma support, which I think is really needed, and clean drinking water and sanitation assistance. And they deployed 200 people and also 12 dogs.
All right, so